I'd like to welcome everybody to our May 7th Brigantine City Council meeting. Please rise for the flag salute. Please remain standing for our Deputy Mayor, Karen Pugh.
Heavenly Father, we come before you as one body, giving thanks for all our many blessings, for family, for friends, for neighbors. Teach us to dwell in your presence and know your love, and by your grace, help us to live in ways pleasing to you and helpful to those around us. In your name we pray. Amen. Thank you.
Ryan, can you read the Open Public Meetings Act announcement?
This is to advise the meeting notices covering this meeting have been sent and posted as required under the Open Public Meetings Act.
Thank you, Ryan. Down to the special proclamation tonight. Rob, would you like to come up and join me? Absolutely. Absolutely. Whoa. Not used to how loud that is now. No, I'm good. This will work fine. I was wondering, but you know.
Hi, Mike. You've never seen.
Actually, we have Luke Savell from the Beach Patrol. If you want to come up and join us.
I've never seen them in the same place at the same time.
Bring them up in one second. Nah, just right here is perfect. May is National Water Safety Month, and we wanted to come in and do a proclamation to recognize it. But probably one of the most important things, especially living here on a barrier island, is learning how to swim. I know for all of us, it's a matter of recreation, but for some people, especially for some of our young people, it could be a matter of life and death. And I know that there's two incredible organizations here on this island that really do a good job of, one, making sure that people stay safe, two, teaching people how to swim, and three, making sure that people have fun swimming and competing. And also with our swim teams here, it opens up a lot of opportunities in the future, especially for college and for further education. So we are very, very proud of everything that our Beach Patrol's done and everything that Robin has done with Green Whales Inc. and the Greenhead Swim Team. We're very proud of all of you guys, and we have a proclamation and recognition of that here today. It says, whereas the citizens of Brigantine, together with the New Jersey Swim Safety Alliance and the New Jersey Recreation and Parks Association, recognize the vital role of swimming and aquatic activities in promoting physical health, mental well-being, and enriching the quality of life. We affirm that water safety education is essential to preventing drownings and reducing water-related injuries, ensuring safe enjoyment of pools, water parks, beaches, and other aquatic environments. We honor the contributions of the recreational water industries through the National Water Safety Month Coalition in creating safe swimming facilities, developing aquatic programs, and providing healthy spaces that foster self-esteem and confidence in community and well-being. We commend the dedicated efforts of the pool, spa, water park, recreation, beach, and park industries to educate the public on water safety and the advanced initiatives that protect swimmers of all ages. We recognize the importance of sharing water safety practices with families, private pool owners, patrons of public facilities, visitors to the aquatic venues. Now, therefore, I, Vince Sarah, Mayor of the City of Brigantine, together with City Council, do hereby proclaim the month of May as National Water Safety Month. And if we could have the members of the swim team come up and join us, I'd like to present all of you with this proclamation. Here, come on in, come on in. Now, a lot of people probably got us. All right, so I'd like to present. We'll all grab a picture together. I know we got a lot of family. Thank you guys. Good job, Rob. Do we have an executive session tonight?
We do not have an executive session.
First up, we have our approval of our 4/16/25 council meeting minutes. We have motion and second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have our approval of our bill requisition list. We have motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, this time we have public comments. This is on agenda items only. Please come up, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public participation, oh, we have one up.
Good evening, Mayor Sarah, members of the council, staff. For the record, my name is Frank Pugliese, 433 Lafayette Boulevard, and I'm here to speak on agenda item number 16, the rank and structure of the fire department. Just for a little background, not to sound like a braggart, over 40 years in the fire service. New York State nationally certified instructor, and nationally certified fire instructor and fire officer. Not to brag, but just to let everybody know, I have a little bit of skin in the game with this issue. In short, I'm 100% in favor of this issue. Happened back in my department up in New York, where I lived for many years. We went through the same thing. In short, it streamlines command, helps with the accountability, and most importantly, it makes mutual aid with other departments for more efficient communication. In case anyone doesn't know mutual aid, it's when everything is going bad in that particular department and all your resources are stretched to the limit or you're done, and it's just basically a mayday for some other department to come and help. Could be manpower, could be machinery, could be EMS, it could be food, it could be rehab. So if they're calling for mutual aid, something's going bad pretty quick. For those in public who may say this is a power play or a reason for a salary increase, I respectfully ask that said naysayers respond to the next fire or emergency scene, which I hope doesn't happen, and bear witness to what is happening. It looks like controlled chaos, but I can assure you, everyone is doing the job. As crazy it may look, everybody has a duty to do, and they're doing it well. Closing, there's a saying that I've been hearing for over 40 years in the fire service, and it goes, the fire service has hundreds of years of tradition, unimpeded by progress. It's a little joke. I think maybe the chief may have heard it before, President Chief may have heard it, but it's true. Every time somebody wants to do something, fire service says, no, we've been doing it this way, we've been doing it that way for hundreds of years. Well, I thank Chief Fuller and compliment him on his foresight, and I wish him and all my brothers in the fire department safe shifts. We used to say, best shift we have is the one that you come in and go back all the pieces, parts, and everybody the same way. So I respectfully ask the council to vote for this in the affirmative if when the vote does come up. Thank you.
Frank, thank you very much. Well said, sir. So the public comment, we're going to close the public portion. Next up, we have ordinance number 6 of 2025. This is a public hearing and adoption. And this is an ordinance authorizing the acquisition of block 1502, lot 8. We have a motion and second.
Second.
At this time, we'll open up the public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard on this issue, please come up and state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public participation, we're going to close the public hearing. Any council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 7 of 2025. This is a public hearing and adoption. This is an ordinance to repeal and replace chapter 105 of the revised general ordinances of the city of Brigantine with a new chapter entitled Beaches and Recreational Areas and amendments to other chapters of the code for consistency. A motion second.
So moved.
All right, this time we'll open up the public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard on this issue, please come up and state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public participation, we're going to close the public portion. Any council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 8 of 2025. This is a public hearing and adoption. This is an ordinance to amend and supplement section 144-2, applicability, permits required, use requirements of chapter 144 dumpsters of the ordinance of the city of Brigantine to update who has the responsibility to review and approve the locations for off-site dumpsters. We have a motion second. At this time, we'll open up the public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard on this issue, please come up, state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public participation, the dad shaking his head no. Seeing no public participation, we're going to close the public hearing. Any council comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 9 of 2025. This is a public hearing and adoption. This is an ordinance to supplement chapter 210 of the code of the city of Brigantine entitled Mercantile Businesses to further define ice cream truck operations and food truck operations. Have a motion second.
So moved.
This time we'll open up the public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard on this issue, please come up and state your name and address for the record. Nobody wishing to be heard on this issue?
This is just fun.
Oh, it says public hearing. I don't know. You skip. Sorry, I jumped through. All right, not this together. You do have a motion and a second on the adoption or the introduction. All right, so let's go there. Take that vote first. All right, back to this ordinance number 10, which is where we're at right now, right? So this is an introduction. All right. So we had a motion and a second. Any council comments?
Yes, Mayor, just looking this ordinance over. From 14th Street South to 14th Street North, there's some years back, there used to be, we had 2 or 3 trucks, I guess. One truck in particular, over the years, man, going way back in time until present time, he serviced the parking lots, whether it be at 26th Street, 34th Street, when the beachgoers, and both streets. It really brings a lot of happiness to the kids after the beach, if they're going to the beach for the day, and the parents. I think it's a bit too restrictive for my liking. And also, there's also been like charity work done seniors by these ice cream trucks. Some of our different baseball, softball championships and things like that. Just as a footnote. And then one other thing, I was just wondering as far as clarification on it does mention the street ends. Would that be like, for instance, as we get up by the seawall, hope that would encompass if there was an open area along Brigantine Avenue there, not just across the street. It would make it obviously much easier and safer for beachgoers. It doesn't. It kind of someone might interpret from that it just means the street end of that numbered street as opposed to Brigantine Avenue. So that's all.
Yeah, go.
The intent was the street ends, but also including in front of the prom. The street ends at dead end at the beach to include along the promenade to 14th Street North.
Okay, as long as we got that on the record.
And the only signal they can use is the handheld bell.
Yes, the handheld, they are between 14th Street South and 14th Street North. They're allowed to walk on the beach to the dune line closest to the beach or to the water and ring a handheld bell. They're not allowed to play the loud horns or sirens that come from the trucks as they, come up and down the street.
I guess give a little history on why this is before council today. Probably about a decade ago when I first got to council. I guess there were some issues between ice cream vendors who walk the beach and ice cream vendors who use the trucks. I think one of the things that council at that time tried to work out is kind of who would operate which area of the beaches. So it was decided back then that the ice cream vendors who walked would have from roughly 8th Street South to the jetty and back to the cove, mostly because those distances were greater. So like when you pull up, obviously the beach gets further away. And then from 8th Street South all the way up to the promenade was given to the trucks since those beaches were smaller. So this way they could kind of coexist. Somewhere in the evolution of the beach ordinances, it was actually removed that ice cream trucks were allowed to go up to the beaches. So we wanted to make sure that that got put back in because under, I guess, the existence ordinance with that language taken out, they don't have any ability to sell on the beach and be operating legally. So the intent of what we're doing here today is to actually correct, I guess, an omission of the ordinance that somewhere got changed in the 3 variations. One of the things that we're actually adding is the ability to 1, walk on and 2, ring a bell. Back when I was a lifeguard, Kaz, I don't know if you had to deal with this, but when I was a lifeguard, the ice cream truck vendors would actually walk on the beach, ring a bell. Sometimes, especially with children who are napping, when they would ring that bell, wake the children up, and some of the mothers would get very upset. I know we had to deal with that firsthand. Sometimes police would call down altercations would occur. I would not wake a sleeping baby, but altercations would actually occur from that. So that was actually put in the ordinance that prohibited them from coming on the beach, prohibited from ringing the bell. I think it's reasonable to have people come down to ring a bell to let people know that they're selling the ice cream. So we're going to implement that again. But this comes as a compromise. There's, I guess, a current ice cream truck that plays, call it interesting music. Received several complaints from neighbors. So we're trying to find a compromise to find a way to kind of make it all work. So that's kind of where we have with this ordinance.
One of the questions, vendors must be veterans.
So to sell on the beach, you must be a veteran. To sell in the trucks, you do not. However, the individual that does is a veteran.
Sometimes they hire kids.
Yeah, the ice cream on the beach must be sold by the veteran. And we do issue IDs to those individuals that they have to wear on the lanyard. So that way it shows that it's them. They cannot hire somebody to push the carts on the beach.
I just want to say the ice cream vendor in the truck there is, he's been selling ice cream here in Brigantine for the last 20 years. It's great compromise for them. And yeah, the music at times could be a little, maybe some people consider it annoying, but it's summertime, ice cream, music, kids go running.
He doesn't play traditional.
Right.
I don't want to use the words that.
I'm just saying he's a long time
He's
ice cream
he's a
vendor.
good guy, I know.
And yeah, so that's God bless.
Yeah, as I said, we're actually trying to make sure that if he has the ability to sell it. I think we've had 3 applications of that. Selling beaches were taken out, which was never the city's intent. There's no further comment. Can we have roll call?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Hayden?
As I stated, other than speaking about the street ends, that area is too narrowly defined. That person that Councilman Reardon mentioned, it's been but more like 20 years, you said, Mike, and it's like 25 plus, actually, I believe. Well, I'm just saying, it's just been a long time that he's just been much of a beloved guy by many of the families. Yeah, you know, the music, I get that part, and some of the things. The bell, yeah, I've heard that before about the babies getting woke up and things of that nature, but I mean, I worked down the Wildwoods for years, and nobody can compete with the Fudgy Wudgy man. He'll wake anybody up. So I think that is a good thing that's added to the ordinance, obviously. That, you know, customers. So, I respectfully no.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion
All right, so now we're going back to ordinance number 9. Sorry, they got stuff together. All right, so we got ordinance number 9 of 2025, which is a public hearing and adoption. This is an ordinance amending chapter 61 salaries and compensation of the code of the city of Brigantine pursuant to NJSA 40A:9-65, establishing the salaries and wages of certain officers and employees of the city of Brigantine, County of Atlantic, State of New Jersey. A motion second.
Second.
All right, this time we'll open it up for a public hearing. Anybody wishing to be heard on this issue, please state your name and address for the record. Seeing no public participation, we're going to close the public portion. Any council comments? Seeing none, we have roll call.
You?
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, so we have ordinance number 11 of 2025. This is an introduction, and this is an ordinance to amend the city code in various places concerning taxi cabs. We have a motion second.
So.
Basically, all we're doing, Tiger, there's no need for this anymore, so we're just removing language that's no longer.
That's correct. We're just cleaning up the ordinance to make current times.
You know, and that's a lot of what you see on the agenda tonight is us cleaning up the ordinance and making corrections. I know that our city manager, a lot of our senior staff, they all have put a lot of time and effort into updating ordinances. So we're starting to move some of that stuff forward here tonight. Any council comments? All right, seeing none, we have roll call.
You? Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 12 of 2025. This is an introduction, and this is an ordinance to amend various sections of the municipal code to update the rank structure of the fire department to further provide, to further remove the term Director of Public Safety. Back in 2014, there was an election held here in Brigantine. It was determined by referendum that the term position of Public Safety Director should be removed. We are updating that in our code. So get caught up with that. We have a motion second.
I'll make that.
All right, this time I'd like to turn it over to our fire chief to give a brief update on department restructuring of the officers' titles.
establishment of that practice.
I think for the city's concerned, I know the chief and I have talked about this a lot. One, I want to thank you for the public meetings that you've held, and I know that there's been a number of people who have had questions about that. I was able to forward those on to you, and I can tell you that everyone you spoke to was thoroughly satisfied with the answers you gave, so I really appreciate it. Way. I think for council, I think the two main concerns, and I know that the chief addressed this in his presentation as well as his statement and everything here would be what the cost is to the city. I think that was a major concern here. One of the things that the IAFF, which is the Brigantine Firefighters Union, I have a letter from them right here stating that this is just a transfer, I guess a title change, that those positions are already comparably, I guess, salaries are comparable, and that they would not be seeking any increase for those positions based on the title change. So I think based on your presentation and the letter from the fire department, I would be satisfied in moving this forward because I think that addresses one of the major concerns. The other concern too is with the police department. One of the things we were concerned that if we made this structural change with the fire department, that it could have the potential that the police department would also want a deputy chief. I know that our city manager spoke with the police chief. He said, in his opinion, right now, there's no need for that change. We also have a letter, and I have this right here from the PBA, police union, stating that they are satisfied with the current structure of the police department, and they're not looking for any additional positions at this time. One of the things I respect that, things could change over the years, and that's addressed in here, but at this time, they are happy with how things are. So with those two issues being satisfied, I would be fully comfortable supporting this idea and moving forward. I want to thank, both the fire department and the police department for working with us on this issue to put the city in a position where we it's time. Thank you. So open it up. If there's any council comments.
Yeah, Mayor, excellent job, Chief, for putting this together. Just like the, just updated the rank structure, just to add some, and bring this up in so it'll add to like the whole operational clarity of things, not just at the scene of the fire, but other interactions you might have. So,
Several retired firefighters, including Boyer, said back in the mid-90s he would be the exact same thing. So it's absolutely
I do know that the city department basically the same rank structure and same radio. Talk one of the captains gets on the county name and emergency be an airport or someplace like that. They need to know what's wrong with ranks. What you can see, the ranking officer calls the shots for every department. Very defined. So your boss, your angles, sorry. Especially emergency. It's too late to train.
We have roll call.
You? Yes. Lettieri? Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
right, so we have ordinance number 13 of 2025. This is an introduction. This is an ordinance to amend chapter 260 of the Code of the City of Brigantine entitled Streets and Sidewalks to remove escrow fees from the revocable license application proceeds. Reason why we're doing this, we put an escrow fee in there. When you go back and forth, sometimes there's a refund, sometimes there's not. It adds additional costs, or I guess we have to do refunds, it adds additional steps. So what the city has done is looked at an average of what our costs are. Came up with just a solid fee that people pay, and should streamline the process. Obviously, it's an average. Sometimes the cost is a little cheaper, sometimes it's a little higher. We do so few of these, it shouldn't be that big a deal. This way, it kind of streamlines the process. We have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 14 of 2025. This is an introduction. And this is an ordinance amending ordinance 2014-10, which vacated 20-foot paper street along Atlantic Brigantine Boulevard between Boot Island and Block 3401, lots 1 through 14, to provide additional clarity as to the ownership of the vacated lands. A motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Ordinance number 15 of 2025. This is an introduction. This is an ordinance to make certain fines and penalties payable offenses. Basically, all we're trying to do is streamline the process. So we have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri? Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-96, and this is a resolution authorizing the loan of beach badges to the Community Presbyterian Church. We do this every year. It might be the last 20 or 30 years. They have, yeah, thank you. I was going to call them missionaries, but yeah, they actually have missionaries, but they have volunteers that come down here to do a lot of work in the surrounding community. We always loan them 25 beach badges. Those missionaries can go out and enjoy the beaches. At the end of the season, they give those back to the city. It's been a great tradition. So that's what this ordinance is. I guess this resolution is here today. We have a motion and second.
So moved. Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, we have roll call.
View. Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio? Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-97. This is a resolution authorizing the refund of tax overpayments listed on Schedule A. We have a motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-98. This is a resolution authorizing award of contract for professional property appraisals, Inc. for tax appeal consulting. And this is in a not to exceed amount of $19,000. The motion second.
So moved.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-99, and this is a resolution authorizing the contract with Blue Water Industries, Inc. for 2 new aluminum gangways for the public boat ramp. This is the amount of $19,250. Motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri?
Yes.
Hany?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-100. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Northeast Electrical GS Services LLC for explosion-proof light fixtures at the Department of Public Works. This is the amount of $44,572.10. Motion second. Questions or comments? All right, I got it. What are you guys doing down there that we need things that aren't going to blow up? Are you kidding me? First time I've ever seen this, I'm a little worried, Jack. Can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri. Yes. Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yep.
Mayor Sarah.
Only for you, John. Yes.
John, do you have a problem with light bulbs?
Resolution 2025-101. This is a resolution authorizing the contract with Northeastern Electrical for boring services related to electrical services for the substation. This is the amount of $6,673. Motion second.
So.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri.
Yes.
Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-102, and this is a resolution authorizing a contract with Northeastern Electrical for electrical inspection on municipal building. This is the amount of $23,574.94. With motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri.
Yes.
Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-103, and this is a resolution authorizing a contract with Northeastern Electrical for new heaters at multiple pump station locations. This is the amount of $18,633.17. A motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri.
Yes.
Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
We have resolution 2025-104. This is a resolution authorizing the contract with Northeastern Electrical for new office lighting and charging stations. This is the amount of $8,438.39. The motion second.
So.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri.
Yes.
Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-105. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Northeastern Electrical for installing power to the new shelter at the mini golf. This is the amount of $9,404.20. The motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri.
Yes.
Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-106. This is a resolution authorizing a contract with Northeastern Electrical for the Water and Sewer Department's electrical inspections. This is the amount of $10,178.24. With motion second. Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
View. Yes. Lettieri. Haney.
Yes.
Virgilio.
Yes.
Kane.
Yes.
Reardon.
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Doing a great job. Had those same names over and over. I'm still waiting for a mayor out there. Resolution 2025-107. This is a resolution amending the City of Brigantine 2024 year municipal budget by the insertion of a special item of revenue and appropriations from the state of New Jersey recycling tonnage grant. This is the amount of $15,304.23. Motion second.
Make that.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, we have roll call.
You,
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion
Resolution 2025-108. This is a resolution authorizing the purchase of a Chevy Tahoe vehicle under state contract 21 Fleet 01483 from Car Fleet Services Incorporated, in the amount of $28,759.77. We have a motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments? We have roll call.
Mayor. Number was inaccurate. Just for the record.
Wait, say it again. Which number is inaccurate?
On the third whereas, that's the total. It's out of two accounts. The amount you
I was
gave
gonna
was
say
out of one of
that's
the
cheap
accounts.
for a truck, so
Yeah.
it's 24,703.29 plus 28,000.
Yeah, so it's $53,463.26.
Thank you for that math. I just saw the one number. 175. I was gonna say, that's why I'm a history teacher, not a math teacher. I apologize. This is for $53,463.26. All right, so we have motion second. We have roll call.
You,
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Just making sure you guys are paying attention. Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, resolution 2025-109, and this is a resolution authorizing the award of contract with Mission Cafe LLC for coffee vendor license. We have a motion second.
Second.
They're all coffee drinkers, absolutely. I can tell you, this is going to be an outstanding service. There's other municipalities that have done this, had a lot of success with it. And it's been something that's been eagerly requested by a lot of people on the beach. So I think this is going to make a lot of people happy. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-110. This is a resolution authorizing award of contract to Vovonics Inc. for document imaging and storage of the city documents through the Educational Services Commission Cooperative in an amount not to exceed $49,875.65. Brigantine, New Jersey. The motion second.
So.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-111. This is a resolution authorizing a contract for a new Way 6 YD rear loading Diamondback trash body truck. This is in the amount of $165,115.17. Motion second.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
John, is this for the beach trash truck? I was gonna say, I know the last one is on its last leg. I see the toad out of there a couple times.
Speed up.
All right, if there's no other questions or comments, we have roll call.
You,
Yes.
Lettieri?
Yes.
Haney?
Yes.
Virgilio?
Yes.
Kane?
Yes.
Reardon?
Yes.
Mayor Sarah?
Yes.
Motion carried.
Resolution 2025-112. This is a resolution authorizing the state of Brigantine to make payment to the New Jersey Department of Environmental Protection for application fee for the Brigantine Golf Links Clubhouse. This is the amount of $34,250. We have a motion second.
Second.
Questions or comments?
Yeah, Mayor. So this fee is for even a municipality will still have to pay permit fees to the state of New Jersey. The deed.
State charges everything.
That's
costly.
Yeah, the state has these fees put in place of how these are required to pay those. All right, if there's no other questions or comments, we have roll call.
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have resolution 2025-113. This is a resolution granting a revocable license at 1400 Ocean Avenue for an encroachment on the city right of way. Have a motion second.
Make that.
Second.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri, Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, next up, we have our consent agenda. We have the 2025 Brigantine Beach Volleyball schedule of events, Brigantine Elks 5K, Block Party 100 block of 29th Street, Firecracker 5K, Movies on the Beach, Welcome to Summer Bonfire, Fire Prevention Bonfire Application, VFW raffle license number 1108. Motion second.
Make that.
Questions or comments? Seeing none, can we have roll call?
You,
Yes.
Lettieri,
Yes.
Haney,
Yes.
Virgilio,
Yes.
Kane,
Yes.
Reardon,
Yes.
Mayor Sarah.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Next up, we have our council manager committee discussions. Tiger, I think you have a couple of construction updates for us.
I do. Before we get to that, I want to say, Mayor, that this is probably the largest agenda I've seen in a long time in any of these meetings, 5 pages long. I'd be remiss if I didn't thank the people that helped us put this together, including George, who I've spoken to way too much in the last few weeks. But I know Madison and John down at Public Works, Ryan, Rachel, Christine, everybody has had their hand. There's a lot of work being done, and I just want to reach out to all the employees that had their hand. So some updates, some really good updates. First, starting tomorrow, they're going to start the milling of Brigantine Avenue, starting at 3rd Street South, heading to 14th North, 15th North there by the promenade. So they are going to start the milling. It will remain like that over the weekend, and then they will start the paving next week. There should not be any detours the next few days while they're starting the work, but when they do start the paving, there will be some detours. So people down that area will be affected. But this is the second phase of the project from when they did last year down here, so that it will have nice, clean road all the way down. So we're looking forward to it. Just a couple more updates. Pepper Cove, Bulkhead, the work has started. Drove by today, they have assembled there, and that project is underway. Also down the promenade, they have started rebuilding of the stairs on the beach side. That work will cease between Memorial Day and Labor Day, so they are going to continue working up to Memorial Day weekend, and they are working on the beach side right now, getting those stairs, so there are tractors down there. Roosevelt Water Tower, if you haven't been by it, it looks amazing. The brand new concrete all the way around, brand new sidewalks, and there are also multiple other concrete projects ongoing around Brigantine. Golf course irrigation still scheduled. It's on track and scheduled to be done prior to the Memorial Day weekend, and that is long overdue. This is for the front 9, and it's what this company is amazing, and the work they're doing out there is really professional. And then the last thing I want to bring up, and this is something I'm really excited to announce, and I want to thank Ryan for last minute we really pulled this one out in the last minute, getting this submitted. But we were awarded $750,000 for the East Shore Drive playground to make that a fully inclusive playground. That is a $565,000 grant, $565,500 grant, and a $184,500 zero interest loan, and this is from Green Acres. So this is something that we are super excited about, that we're going to get that playground redone, and it's going to be absolutely beautiful. We have to get the money first. So yeah, as soon as we get money, then we can start the planning, design, all that stuff, and get all those things moving. But yeah, so but I will keep you updated on when we are.
question I guess I had, the state awarded us the grant, but under the provision that the state budget passes, right?
That is a provision
throw
with
that
the
out there.
asterisk, yes. As long as everything passes at the state, then this money will be awarded, correct?
Yeah, I just want to throw it out. The budget usually passes, but never. So, Mark, to kind of follow up on your comment before, like, yeah, we pay fees and stuff to the state. There's a lot of grant money that comes back to the state, so it kind of makes sense itself. So, we all try to help each other out. I guess a couple of things just to follow up with Tiger. You can see this might be the longest agenda. We have 37 items. This might be, well, I guess 40 if you count everything, but 37 items on this agenda. It's probably one of the longest we've had in the history of the city. I know this is the longest I've seen since I've been on council, and a lot of credit to the good things that are going on. It's the team that we have. You know, I'm very, very proud of one, everyone on council, but two, everyone in City Hall. A lot of good stuff done. You can see it in town. There's construction, there's repairs, there's things happening everywhere. Definitely a team effort. I'd say probably over the last, I'd say probably 2 years since the pandemic. It's 4 years. I learned so much about the city operations. A lot of it's from our department heads and employees that take the time to educate. So I want to thank all of you. For the county project where they're doing the billing road, the things I want to note, just how good the county is to work with is before they milled the road and left it open, they made sure that they reached out not only to our department heads, police and fire, but also to the city manager and to myself to make sure, one, we were okay with it, and two, that it would cause any inconvenience to our residents. And I think that's really important. I know that they're trying to get things done and move things along, but it's important that we all work together and to get the input from all of us before they open it up. So I thought that was really good. And as for that playground, John can tell you too, we've been working to try to get that playground just even prepared for the last 8 years. The company that did the original playground is no longer in existence. We have not been able to find suitable parts, although Public Works keeps it up and running as best as we can. So this grant is an amazing opportunity, one, to rebuild that playground because there's a lot of people that use it, but also to increase our ADA access in the city. This will be a full playground. And I think that that is something important and something we're working on citywide. If you look at a lot of our street corners, you can see we're working through the town to install the ADA ramps. On the beaches, we have the ADA beach mats, and one of the things we're trying to open up is that access here. So Tiger, thank you for the outstanding work that you do. Thank you for the great update today. To our department heads. Paul. Paul, I want to thank you for all the work that you've done on this. I know you've done a lot of research and spent a lot of time educating not only council, but educating the community. And I think that shows the leadership that you have achieved. And also, I know that there's a lot of guys from the department help with that. Solid department. Start support that. I will turn it over to our deputy mayor, Karen Deal.
First, I'm really excited to see this permit. This takes us one step closer to building at the links. The irrigation project, like you said, is just, these guys are good. They have play go around them. They just close one there. Last I heard, they are ahead of schedule. So we're looking at that being completed, and the course is definitely between irrigation and rain. Recently just started cleaning up. I want to quickly congratulate the Green Team for hosting an awesome Cherry Blossom Festival tea. And I just want to congratulate 4 princesses who represented 4 different age groups of young girls to women on the island. This was everybody really enjoyed it. Sandy Jacks made delicious tea. It's fun. First Farmers Market is set for May 24th, from 9 to 1. Across the street, the Presbyterian Church Mother's Day, again, flower sales started this afternoon and continues Thursday and Friday from 12 to 6, Saturday 9 a.m. to 1 a.m., 1 p.m., excuse me, and Sunday 9 a.m. And I hope everyone has a wonderful Thursday. Next.
Some information about the beach cleanup, which will take place on May 17th. That's in 2 weeks. Held at the same location at 16th Street and Ocean Avenue. Parking lot's torn up, but they'll still have, I guess, a table set up there so you can get your bags and sign up. And it's the beach at that point, so everybody can come out and help out. Also, the same day is our shredding event, which will be held from 9 to 11:30. The only difference is it's going to be moved to the City Hall parking lot just outside because of the condition of the parking lot there at 16th Street. Just can't, drive it up in the dirt. It's up there now. So if you have anything that you want to shred, bring it here in the morning. There'll be help outside to help you unload your car and dump it. Please don't bring anything that has metal clips on it, metal spirals. Please all that stuff before you bring your shredding materials. No batteries, no plastic. Someone bring in a bunch of plastic pill containers, nothing like that. It's only shredding of paper. It's not a recycling event. It's a shredding event. So any important papers you may have, paper clips, large clips like this, can't put them in the machine. So helping us out with this, and we'll be there to help you. We'll see you on the 17th, right here at the City Hall Park.
Thank you, Mayor. It's nice to see Robin Taylor and the young ones recognized for Water Safety Month. Members of the swim team doing a fantastic job there for many years. So many of our children, adults swimming there, and went on to swim in high school and competitively knows right from college and everything else. And started off swimming there. So, almost great job that she's really dedicated to the job she does. So, I just was kind of curious, Tiger, between yourself and John, any as far as the parking lots go, and status.
John's not touching this one. 10-foot telephone pole. Intended. So we are working with Atlantic City Electric to get the feeds disconnected and the poles removed, so that it's ongoing. We're hoping we can make a compromise with them to speed things up, that they will disconnect the poles and our contractor will remove them. We cannot continue, can't start paving. So we're hoping to have some answers shortly, but there has been some great progress in this area just in the last few days. So it is ongoing.
And for those of you who aren't familiar, we're doing a full reconstruction and repaving of the beachfront parking lots. So that's what we're working. Run into a snag with Atlantic City Electric, working it out with them, trying to move that project forward, because as you know, we need those parking lots. Now to Councilman Gillian.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a public service announcement for our fraternal organizations on the island. The VFW is requesting folks that are not members, you don't have to be military, they have a Patriot membership. What they're using these additional funds for is to preserve that region. I'm sure we've all been often for our needs. So they're looking for anyone like they would take a Patriot membership from anyone. That money would go to Second is the Brigantine outfit having a walkout on drugs. First. Thank you both. Rich will be escorted by the fire trucks, will be on the back for the police department. And this is a fundraiser that goes to drug education and awareness and a drug conference for Brigantine age school children. So it stays right here in our town. Last year they raised about $8,000. They're looking to raise about $15,000. We sent middle school and high school age kids that would like to attend. It's about drug awareness, drug education, things that they can bring back to the Brigantine schools. And actually also the high school. So a great event, May 31st, 9 a.m. at the upstage. Thank you.
Mayor, I want to thank first, everyone for coming out here this evening. It's great to see you all. Appreciate the input. You always come and bring with you. Good to see, Brigantine Times in the house here and, carrying on a good tradition here on the island and reporting, fair and balanced news. Yeah, that's it. Also, Cultural Arts Commission is working hard. They have some good things coming up this summer. We'll keep you informed on that. Economic Development Committee is working hard. We have some meetings scheduled. We have actually Jim Rotella coming in, our grant writer, informing us on grants, that kind of stuff. Chamber of Commerce never ends. You just go on Facebook. You want to get information of all the movies on the beach and everything they do. Family fun day, weekend, whatever it is now. So that's, they're doing a good job. Thank you. And I want to have to thank John Doring and Public Works. We had different phone calls with concerns from people on the island. One person in particular with something about the streets here and parking, and they responded right away. And thank you. The mayor mentioned about our team just a little while ago, and it's so true. I mean, all department heads, the team itself, council, Brian. You know, one of the things that I think some people don't realize, when you have the institutional knowledge that a lot of our department heads have, and it goes a long way because issues come up from years ago, and we have people that remember what the issues were and how it is today. It goes a long way on doing the right thing and keeping the island as good as it is. So, yeah, thank you. Here. Brigantine baseball and softball is rocking and rolling. If you get a chance, you see the kids playing down there, just go down there and see. We have some very, very good teams this year, and it's just a joy to see the leagues doing so well. So, it's something else. Last thing, I guess the BFW mentioned, they have the Memorial Day services and parade on May 25th, Sunday, May 25th at 10 a.m., starting right here on Revere Boulevard. Goes down to the Veterans Triangle. So that's good. Other than that, happy Mother's Day to everyone, all the mothers, and I want to thank you all again. And you know, if there's anything I can do for you, my number's on the front page of the Brigantine Times, and you can reach me there. Thank you. All right.
First of all, I'd like to wish all the mothers out there happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. And just a quick update on the county court. We have requested some additional financial information regarding the county's budget for the Central Municipal Court. To date, we have not received that information. And honestly, in order for this council to do a proper evaluation of the county court, looking at both, potential short and long-term expenses and costs associated with that. We will need that financial information. So we're still waiting on the county for that. I'll keep council updated if they do send it over. One of the things I want to bring to people's attention is concerning pickleball. I think the city is looking to try to create like an overflow pickleball area in one of the hockey courts that's not being used. I've received, I'm going to say several, but probably 8 to 10 emails from some of the homeowners who live just behind that with concerns that putting the pickleball in that hockey court is actually going to create a burden for the homeowners. And I don't know if you're familiar, this actually became a major issue in Ocean City. When pickleball players play, it actually makes a noise, and it's just literally, it's bonk, 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 and it's hours upon hours on end. I know me personally, I would not want to live next to that. So I think that this is something that council should really take into consideration before we do anything down there. I will tell you, all of the emails were very respectful, very kind. They all understood that we were trying to make life better for the pickleball players and might not understand the impact that it would have to their homes. With their windows, some of them mentioned their porches are right there. This would be something that they would deal with from sun up to sundown. So yeah, we're looking at that. The problem with that court is, I guess, the surface area is not in good shape. So we didn't want to create a tripping hazard. That's what happened kind of on the basketball court. The little rocks get there, slide, fall, get hurt. So that's why that court was suggested. And I really think before we take any action down there that someone from the CER, I don't know if Dennis, if you'd be interested, since it's a third court issue, should actually meet and speak with those homeowners directly to hear their concerns and see if there's something that can be worked out. Because if there's nothing that we can work out, I would not support doing that. Although it would help pickleball players, I do agree with the homeowners who emailed to say that it would create an undue burden on their quality of life. And I've seen this become a major issue in other communities. And the result where this has come up in other communities, because they were looking to create new courts or expand existing courts, but they've actually completely moved the location of those courts. So I think that it's important to listen to our residents.
Mayor, yeah, for those residents to say something. That's a lot because with hockey, all our kids and Mike and I, and all of us, they never heard a peep out of those folks. For them to say something, that type of thing being there. Chief, I guess, I heard of you guys really getting complaints from neighbors with the crowds we had there at tournaments and stuff. They're just very receptive to potential issue.
I would just say that probably the best thing, especially for the residents, I think they just want to make sure that their voice is heard. And I would suggest as the council, if you'd like to meet with them, if not, have Kristen set up a meeting. But I do think that we should hear what their concerns are, and if there's anything we can do to alleviate those concerns before we move anything forward. As I said, me personally, listen to the sound, but it doesn't sound bad when you're there playing. But when you live next to it, it's a constant sun up, sun down. I'm just telling you my experience. I know that hockey games can be very, very loud, but I think one, it's a defined season, a couple hours a night, but also when's the last time we've had hockey games at the hockey court? How long? Yeah, so it's probably been 5 or 6 years, and so I just wanted to make council aware. Obviously, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. I'm just making council aware that there is a concern. That concern should be listened to and addressed before we make any decisions on that. All right, Dennis, what I'll do too is I'll reach out to those homeowners that sent emails, and I'll just copy one email so one you can get on that. I think they just sent them to me, but just so you can kind of see what people are saying, and then we can take it from there.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah, I was just the first I was aware of that.
Yeah. And as I said, I think it's important. Like sometimes you get emails from people and they're just angry and they start off by attacking. Every single email was very kind, very respectful, very, hey, you might not understand this. And I thought that really, one, speaks volumes of the people who contacted us, but speaks volumes of our community. All right, this time we'll open it up to public comment. Anybody wishing to be heard on any issue, please come up and state your name and address for the record.
I am one of those residents. I live at 122B 44th Street South, and that's why I came tonight.
Can you say your name? Sorry.
Lucille Marzano. And yes, my neighbors and I, we are all very concerned because our houses are right there. We're right at that cyclone fence. And right now, the noise, even, just what we already have, the noise from the pickleball, and you're right, it makes like a certain high-pitched popping sound. And you can hear it all day, and especially now, if they're going to play in the evening, I mean, then it never stops. It's like all day long and then at night. Plus, if there's lights, if they plan to put lights up, they shine. I mean, I'm closer to the football field. I'm like one of the first on the end. And, but actually it doesn't really bother me because I like it that it's lit up. It makes me feel safer that that whole area is lit. But as far as the noise level and I guess even the parking, was just looking at my notes here. I guess the only thing, if they plan to change that whole area, my understanding is that the golf course also, to make some kind of a change for the mini golf.
Yeah, so not this year, but we're planning in the future to do a restructuring of that whole area. One of the things the city manager and I spoke about is some type of buffering between the homes and the complex to try to lessen any noise or, like you said, any type of light pollution. So that we have no plans, but that is one of the first things to be addressed.
Okay, because that was another thing that I had, because I'm assuming that it's something that's probably going to go through because it's necessary and needed for recreation for our town. So I guess we were hoping that there would be some kind of a sound barrier or something to help alleviate some of the sound. Just see if there is a citizens group or community I'd like to be on it, just to hear and maybe provide input. I know some of the people that have emailed you, our president, I know for one, sent a letter listing all the different codes.
Absolutely.
Which I'm learning that perhaps they may not apply because the area is a recreational area. That's my understanding with that. But I would like to be on a committee. I'll send you an email tomorrow.
Please.
It's my name and address. If I can be on it, I'm usually here. I don't live here all the time, but I come like 2 or 3 days a week throughout the year. So, okay, thank you very much. And I'm glad that you addressed it. So,
Thank you, Lucy. And I look forward to sending, please send me the email with your contact information. We'll definitely keep you on the loop. I think that's important too, especially as we get into the redesign, to at least speak with the residents and get a little bit of input. Yeah,
and we all are very respectful.
absolutely.
We are.
Absolutely. Yes, Mrs. Phillips.
Ann H. Mills, 308 27th Street. Please give us an update on the short-term rental lawsuit.
Turn it over to our attorney.
I know there's been some meetings with my colleague and the other side, and they're working and proposing some amendments. But I don't know great details what the amendments are.
It's still in mediation.
It is, yeah. That's part of the mediation process.
So how long does the mediation process go on?
Until it's resolved, as long as the judge will allow it. The judge wants the parties to settle rather than having a full trial.
Now, I understand that, but does it just go on and on?
It can, if the judge thinks that we're not making progress, that could be stopped, but right now, because everybody seems to be working together, try to find better.
So there's another session of mediation
Correct.
plan.
And there's communications between both sides, in between.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Mrs. Phillips. There's no other public comments. Close the public portion. Any final council comments? I see none. Can we have